Ingmar, what do you consider healthy risk management, and what percentage of your capital is allocated per trade?
I really like that question because so I have 3 sons, and Gregor, who's still in the secondary school, so he's trading now, and I had him trading for about a year, and he just lost almost all of the money on one of the trading accounts. It was a small account. It was like 1,000 Swiss francs. So, and the real life example is that I created a new account for him now. It's a live account, and I put 10,000 Swiss francs on this account. And I printed out some of the rules as well that he should follow when he's trading on that account. And I told him at the beginning that, okay, the account, as you see, is 10,000 Swiss francs. Every position that you open there should not be bigger than 500 francs. So this is like a real life example. And among the rules that I gave him, so there were, I think, 19 or 20 rules. So one of the rules is that do not trade against the trend, which is, I mean, it's so simple rule, but almost nobody follows it when they start trading. And the other thing, what I told him, that it's very personal, of course. So I don't use any technical indicators. I mean, I used to have colleagues in the past who had so many technical indicators on the chart that the prices were not even visible on the chart, so you couldn't see where is the price actually. And the reason is that, of course, there are like 2 schools of thought. Some are fundamental traders, some are technical traders. But in my belief, markets are moved by big money. So these are, in the currency markets, these are central banks. And in equity and other markets, this could be investment funds and so forth. And I can tell you that the people at the Federal Reserve are not definitely looking at the RSI or Bollinger Bands. So if they have a strategy, if they have assets to allocate, allocations to be changed and so forth, they will do it as long as the task is completed. They will not care what is the RSI, Bollinger Bands, MACDs, and so forth. So, which is somewhat different. That I know Ilmar likes some of the indicators like RSIs and so forth. And I don't really care. And the other thing is that I don't really care what anybody thinks about, or what is their strategy, or what is their view about the markets, because I have sat around the same table with very wealthy investors, very sophisticated traders and so forth. And what I've seen over the years is that as long as there are people, as many there are opinions. And so for some time I had that strategy that I was building a portfolio of bank stocks when the interest rates were 0. And I remember I was in Spain as well a couple of years ago, and I told Ilmar the same strategy. And I remember at the time I was a guest at the office of one large bank, and there were some large clients being invited to share their opinions and express their thoughts about markets. And when I told them that I have this big portfolio of bank stocks, so European bank stocks, then everybody almost started laughing, because why the hell do you have bank stocks when the interest rates are zero and the bank shares are dropping every day? So I had to wait about 1 year. And if you look at any bank stocks today, then you will see that, they have triple, quadrupled or moved up tenfold. So it's polite to hear the opinions on everybody, but at the end of the day, it's your money, it's your decisions and so forth. And as with building startups, then also with trading, if you lose the capital, you are no longer in the game. And so I think the allocation, how much you risk with every trade, really depends on personal circumstances. Because if you take Ilmar or myself, so we have well-run, profitable businesses on the sidelines. So if we lose maybe 10% of the trading account, it's not a big deal for us because we have profitable businesses on the sidelines. While when I was, for example, starting in trading, then I didn't have it. And I was just talking to one friend yesterday that I think I really started making good trading decisions when this financial situation of mine was much better than it used to be during my first 10 years. Because if you lose 5 or 10% on the account and you have, you're financially independent, you have a good profitable business, then you almost don't care. So it's like comparing trading to flying a plane. If you fly a jumbo jet at an altitude of 50 meters, then you need to be right all the time, because even if you make a small mistake, you crash and that's the end of it. While when you are at the highest possible altitude, more or less, then if you make a small mistake here, or even if it's a bigger mistake than a small mistake, then you still survive and you can recover. So I think that's a big difference that we made most of our money not from trading, but building trading related companies. And it was then psychologically more easier to withstand maybe more risk and so forth. Yeah, that's a huge difference. Yeah.
Well, may I add?
That's
Sorry. So I think what's quite interesting, it's very interesting what Ilmar is saying. So I also gave my son some money, but it wasn't 10,000 Swiss franc. It was 2,000 Swiss franc. Yeah. But I also gave him some rules, not 20, but about 2. And one of the rules was, don't come to me asking for more money if you lose this all in one go. So rules are good. And to be fair, it's been really interesting to see how people do trade, including younger generations as well. And I think they tend to be quite pragmatic, more pragmatic than I think a lot of people give them credit for. But whereas Ingmar doesn't use technical indicators, I do use technical indicators, but only 1 or 2. And that allows me, and I think it comes back to sort of discipline away, and you look at the whole trading environment almost like a religion, but not totally like a religion, but it allows me as a relatively undisciplined individual to find discipline, and I use the discipline within the trading environment. And moving averages for me really make a difference, because if you follow them, like I said, you follow the rules, then you don't get into trouble. And I like the analogy of flying at high altitude, low altitude. You've got to stay in the game. So 10% or 5% at high altitude, you can go multiple times over and keep going. So it's really important that one utilizes those sorts of rules as well. But yeah, a 5% rule on a position. But probably more importantly, if you've got a position and you are happy sleeping with that position, you will do so much better than than going for it and hoping. And if you hope, it's going to go wrong.